Good Saturday afternoon, and God, I do thank you for the opportunity just to say, God, I thank you. I'm here. Keith Pearson, I am getting the service taken care of on my car. I have to take care of it so I can continue to take care of me. My conversation today is political, and I want to talk about, if you're not aware, this is the conversation that's being had pretty much everywhere I go and everything I seem to listen to, and it's about the Senate race in the state of Texas. Now, here's what's most interesting about that Senate race. One is no more important than any other Senate race or any other race, period, for the midterms. Because as I stated on yesterday, I'm stating again today, this is not about a political party. It's about right and wrong. But I want to discuss why I'm having this conversation. In the state of Texas, there was a primary back in March, if I am correct here. And that primary actually had two opponents running against each other on the Democratic side, to include the Republican side, but I'm talking about the Democratic side right now. The citizens of the state of Texas who chose to vote and were able to vote, the decision was made, and one person won and the other lost. The other person that lost stated that they conceded, and they made a statement that they would do everything in their power to campaign for down ballots, which means she was going to do whatever she needed to do to make sure the Democratic candidates won come November in the midterms. That was the right thing to do. Because whether we want to admit this, it's not about the individual person. It's about the party. It's about putting guardrails back in place and allowing the House and the Senate to be able to do their job based on a three-tier democratic system that our government is made of. The executive branch, the House, and the Senate. And my apologies, as I told you, I'm here at Keith Pearson getting service done to my car. So if by chance the person that lost would have won, I would be having the same conversation. But here's where it's getting fun at. As I listen, as I'm paying attention, I'm only giving you my opinion here. Hearing people that look like me who are coming out saying what she or he should not do. And I'm hearing people that don't look like me who are coming out and they're speaking against the actual candidate that's actually running for the Senate. As I listen, as I pay attention, and as I've been on this earth long enough to understand, it's starting to feel, no, it ain't starting, it's been feeling this way. If we're constantly pushing the narrative of who did what, when, and how, based on the one who actually won the primary, starting to look as though we're being set up to become separate and not do what we need to do to vote and get the right party in place based on, I'm saying that from a standpoint, you have the Republican Party in control of all three branches of the House right now, and we are in trouble and we're having problems and things are not going in the manner that it should. So with that being said, this is my right and wrong. The wrong party is in control right now based on the House and the Senate, because at this point there is actually nothing that can be done concerning the executive branch until 2028. But here in 2026 in November, we can correct it, and we got a great chance of being able to get that done if we go and do what we need to do based on voting the opposite party that's now in, so that there can be some guardrails in place and we start getting some changes. It's not about the individual person. It's about the party. So I'm saying all that to say this: before we get consumed and get sucked into right and wrong, or who said what when, and all that other good stuff, let's think about it's bigger than one individual person. It's bigger than one individual person. And before we get sucked into the hook, start falling for the trap. And I want to say this last thing. I heard this on yesterday, that the candidate for the Senate in Texas should be going around and making himself available to all radio stations so that he can campaign for our vote. I agree with that. I do agree with that, but with a caveat. We know what we're seeing, so it's not a situation, and I'm not saying give our votes away, but what I am saying is choose right from wrong. So whether he does or he doesn't, and I feel he should, but if he does or he doesn't, think about the choice, one compared to the other. Because what you need to be looking at right now, it's not about the person that was running for the Democratic Party in Texas. It's about the one that's running now to represent the state of Texas. So those are the two that you need to look at, and look at their records, look at what they stand for, and make a decision based on that. And that includes any state out there, because it's not about just Texas. We need all of them. Just giving you something to think about today. Be blessed. Appreciate the gift of life and this beautiful day that we are living in. And please, please, please stop falling for the tricks that are being played, because I personally feel we're being put in a place where they're trying to separate us, and we don't need separation right now. We need everybody to get on board and do what we need to do. Remember this: the 1% does not look like you or me. We're part of the 99, so we're all in this together. Let's realize that and do what we need to do. Be blessed.